Hello friends, welcome back to part 2 of the revamped Ulfheim run through, review, whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to rebuff here. I'm not sure how long ago my immolation went down, but we'll get these things back up again. Yeah, so we've basically got 2 more wave based fights with a little surprise at the end. Tusks is stuck over there. One of the things I've noticed with teleport sometimes is that the teleport skill only seems to work when the pet can kind of get to you anyway. So at the moment I need him to teleport, but he won't. So yeah, what? And I found it in dungeons as well. Like if he gets the dungeon pathing is terrible for pets. You won't go up slopes, for example, in Tartarus, which is a real pain in the neck. I think if you're going to have a cooldown for when you can resummon your pet, you need to make sure your pet's pathing's okay. So I'm going to have to dismiss him here. Resummon him. I'm not sure if stacking resummon in summoning actually does anything. It would be quite nice if it did. But I guess that maybe would be a bit much. Certainly his hit points are the same. Anyway, let's go through. He doesn't always go through here as easy as I would like. Sometimes you have to come in or kind of guide him towards a door. He kind of wants to do it, but does he want to do it? He's kind of edging his way in. There you go. I would say that pathing is a thing that needs to be sorted out on the pet front. Let's see if we can get a few mobs. Berserker's doing. Yeah, okay, thanks Berserker. Let's do this instead. Are you going to come over here? Yeah. I think we can probably... this commoner is not aggressive, so I kind of want to avoid killing this commoner if I can. There's a prisoner as well, and maybe I should talk to him after, actually. Oh, that's a nice little spot. Can we do a double fireball there, please? I think we can. Why do 1 fireball when you can do 2? In the previous video, I was kind of talking about builds and combat and stuff, and I think I started talking about fire, but you know, as far as to how well that went, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I mean, in these encounters, you know, particularly against ranged, where your pet seems to, oh hello, ooh, that was close. You know, where my pet seems to have the control of things. Yeah, I just dot everything up essentially, and it dies fairly quickly. So in one of these areas, I'm not sure if the key that you pick up. Oh, there you go, it's opened. The key that you pick up for the wolves can break. I think it's called a fragile key. And in one of these buildings, you'll find the key. So if you come here, look around. I think I probably need to. Oh, look at that. That's a DF if ever I saw one. Boom. Yeah, we like that. That's a triple F, TF, that is. Someone's running around the back there and they're taking dot damage. I don't know why he's gone around the back. I think he's a Berserker as well. He should be in melee combat. No escape this way, my friend. My barbarian friend. Okay, where's he gone? Have you gone in the house? Oh no, you're fighting the mistreated wolf. Excellent. So I didn't realise that. So I've let the wolf out, and he's basically helping me out. Cool. That's cool. That's a nice little tactic. Hopefully, I don't set them on fire, though, because I have done that with NPCs before. And that's a problem. They die. Right, so I'm not sure if I still have a key, but I'll look for the key. It's in one of these buildings. I can't remember which one. What would be quite nice if at the end of if at the final battle at the end, there's the key. So we'll pick up a key for... So I think what you might be able to do is pick up a key here, because this seems to be the only place that you can pick them up. And then go back, maybe, and let the wolves out. We'll have to see. I'm a bit worried about going and... No, don't swap deck. I'm a bit worried about going and talking to these... I'll turn my immolation off, because as I said, sometimes I've killed NPCs. I can't talk to her. What about the prisoner? Hopefully I didn't kill him. Ah, he's inside, I think. Or is that a mob? Commoner. I'm not sure why some of the commoners are aggressive and some of them are not. I'm really not sure, actually. Oh, hello. Oh, I didn't have my hair. I don't know what's happened to the prisoner. He was over here. Maybe he was abandoned cooking pot. Maybe he was cooking in the pot and he's now abandoned it because I came along and killed everyone. He thought, well, you know, I mean, there's actually no one left to cook for apart from a couple of commoners. And who wants to cook for commoners? Okay, so let's move on. So here's the next wave-based combat. I'll see if I can get my pet to go in. Yeah, looks like I can. Now, can we have some fireball action? We can. Terrible fireball fetish I've got. It's probably not good for me. I recently read through Stephen King's The Stand again after many years, and I'm trying to think of the character's name in there. Is obsessed with fire. Yeah, so as you can see, we've got locked doors. So this is going to be wave based to open the next gate. Some of the buildings have locks on, sealed by magic, and I've gone through the waves, and I've managed to get the main gates open. But oh, hello. I haven't. I don't think before I could get the doors open with the buildings with the seals on. I don't think I could get those open. This is a lovely, some lovely fights here if you're a fire mage, particularly with a pet taking all the damage pretty much. I would still like you know, like I'll still like a taunt, a desperation taunt if things get hairy. But if you, it seems like if your pet goes in first, it doesn't seem to do too bad on the aggro actually. So I want him to attack the Berserker. And you can kind of push him to, you know, as I said, it's a bit slow, but you can kind of push him to aggro mobs for you. Let's go here actually. Let's do that. Then we'll bomb that dude. We'll bomb some dudes here. This is also gets incrementally harder as you go along. Although it may not seem like it, it's because I'm just over level for the mobs I'm currently fighting. But it does become, the next fights become harder. substantially so. I'll be panicking a bit more in those fights, no doubt. What have we got here? We've got a Berserker. That Berserker seems to be heading straight for my pet. So let's move my pet to an archer. Let's see if we can get some fireball action going on. Double fireball action. Oh yeah, triple fireball. I need to look in to see if I haven't done any combos. I need to looking to see if combos are any better. I wonder if there's anything I can combine with a fireball that makes it like a super fireball or something. That's really gonna get me going. Yeah, so in regards to kind of in the last video I was talking about combat and whatnot. Some things some other people were saying as well was about I think we'll probably get the main dude here, yeah. Was about there only really being like fire is the only really viable damage dealing magic option. Which I think is, you know, certainly from an area effect point of view, it probably is. Death is really good, actually. I think both single target and area effect. Corpse explosion is really nice if you've got a decent. If you've got a decent. I need to heal myself and my pet. If you've got a decent. I'll get there in a minute. Let's set these dudes on fire. Yeah, if you've got a decent attunement, then corpse explosion can be really, really good. I'm not sure if there's a way of doing it, but I would really like to move my UI a bit, like move my health and stuff down here, so I don't have to keep looking up in the corner. That is quite frustrating. I'm wasting mana here. I'm not being efficient. I'm just chucking fireballs around because I'm quite enjoying chucking fireballs around, to be honest. Oh, what's going on here? Chuck a fireball. Oh, I'm out of... I actually run out of... I run out of focus. Fair enough. Well, the focus cost for fireball is quite high after you've cast a couple of them, I have to say. He's nearly dead. Yeah, the other thing, one of the things I do find as a magician, as a mage, like people seem to think that fire mages are overpowered, and I guess it kind of looks like it is here, but you've got to bear in mind that a lot of these mobs are way below my adventure level, which does make a difference. I don't care what anyone says, in my experience of playing. Yeah, so the gates have opened, so we don't want to be hanging around too much. I think we rescued the 3 wolves, so I don't think there are any more. Yeah, but the doors here are still magically sealed. I'm not sure if... Sealed by dark magic. I'm not sure if this is going to be something that you can open up at some point. Or if you have, maybe you have to do something. Maybe you have to destroy those totems. I'll have to test that. Or maybe there's some other way of opening those. Yeah, so we're heading into the final conflict, as it were. The final fight. Oh... God damn. Okay. Well, we'll get a free heal anyway, I think. So we'll dismiss him and re-summon. Let's rebuff. So when you at some point the doors close. But what I found you can do is just pull some mobs to the door here to kill them off, like individually if you want. So you don't get too many at once. Obviously, when you go in and the doors close, you're going to get as many as you're going to get. What you won't get, though, are the war wolves. What you have to be also here, you have to be careful because you have to be careful because that's so annoying. I don't know why it keeps. I need to update my my thing. Yeah, so let's have a look. So you can pull some of these mobs individually to the door, so you don't get too many at once. Let's pull a couple over, then we'll blow them up. All of these mobs are here are higher level. Can we get 2 there? I want to get 3. Can we get 3? We can. Got to be careful. Might die. Oh dear, Bob. Just keep spamming. Keep spamming your heal. Take a potion. That was fun. Can we get 2 there? No. That was a weird stun. That was a really weird stun. There are some strange combat things that go on with regards to the character's animation and stuff. Like, he was pushed and it looked like he should have been stunned, but he immediately kind of came out of it and carried on walking. It was a bit weird. Need to be a bit sensible with my healing here. So I think we'll clear out these 2, then we'll go in. Hopefully the door doesn't close. I haven't left it too long. Okay. Get in, Tusks. Yeah, if the door closes, you kind of have to climb over and do that section again to open the door, which is quite frustrating. So I think we're in a fairly good position here. We killed 4 mobs. What can we get here? Can we get a couple of these guys? There we go. I'll go easy on my mana here. I'll try to anyway. I do think the pet focus drain is quite restrictive. I feel maybe it's a bit over the top. You can lower it, but it's another one of those things where you're just chucking the experience at stuff just to try and make it better. It gets to a point where it becomes quite difficult to keep my, like, I managed to reach the end of these waves before, but I did find that my pet, I had to keep spamming heal on my pet. I tried to build a pet healing deck where instead of an unlocked glyphs for healing myself, it was from a pet, but you know, I just couldn't find enough. There's just not enough glyphs. You put your 6 pet healing glyphs in, but then what else do you do? You know, I could have done healing Ray, I guess, but that just does. He takes so much damage that just really does not a lot. Oops, I didn't want to do that. So this is all about keeping your pet alive, basically, as quickly as you can, as much as you can. Just burning these mobs down. I mean, these are healer mobs, which is quite frustrating. And I've also found hiding behind the chair is a good tactic. Performance tanks here, I guess, with all of the, you know, with all of the. Where's he going? That's good. He's pulling him over here, so I can get another. I get some more multiple damages in. Kind of healers as well, which is annoying. I'm not sure if the spawns come after you've killed the wave. Okay, we need to get rid of this guy. He's becoming quite annoying. Yeah, I think we can. Oh God! Completely wasn't watching there. That's really bad. Please don't stun me. Terrible. That was terrible. Yeah, so I've got a problem now because the some archer mobs have spawned. And I kind of feel that I'm taking the brunt of the damage at the moment, which is a bad thing. Seems to be working. Okay, how's the pet? How you doing, dude? Okay, so this is where things go quite badly. Certainly for my pet. As you can see, he's taking a lot of damage, and I need to try and keep him alive. If he dies, it's kind of game over, really. I think one of the issues here is that he's actually taking damage from... Oh my god. He's died again. I don't know if you can see in the corner there's a dragon, and he was actually taking... That was my fault. He was actually taking damage from the dragon, which is crazy. And we've now got all the aggro, so I think that we're probably going to die. Damn. When we resurrect outside. Yeah, I mean, that would have been easily manageable, actually, but he was too far over this side, so he was taking all the damage from the dragon as well as all the other mobs, so that's why that didn't work out particularly well. But we'll give it another go. Where are we? I'm not sure. Oh, we're outside the building. The dragon is inside. Stop that. Yeah, the door's closed. So I think what I need to do is basically go back and reopen the gates. But we'll do it. You know, it's fine. I was talking about combat, wasn't I? And keep getting sidetracked. I don't want to repeat myself. I can't remember what I said before, to be honest. Now, my pet is dead. Is Tusk's dead? No, there he is. Yeah, so we go down the vines. We need to do this again. Anytime. What is that Berserker doing? Anytime you like. And he smokes. Yeah, so I think that we were in a good place there. I think the only problem was that as I said, he was taking damage from the dragon, and there is a dragon there. That's a surprise at the end. I can't kill the dragon. I think I said before about people talk about fire mages being OP, but they're really not. I mean, like for your landscape mobs, they are. You know, it's fine. You know, you can mow through loads of my landscape mobs, but I find for my attunement anyway. I find it very difficult to do damage to boss mobs. You know, there are much better skill sets out there for boss mobs. It's certainly not fire, you know, in my opinion, from what I'm finding anyway. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong, but yeah, they're just incredibly magic resistant, and I just don't do enough damage. That's the long and the short of it. Oh, there's a nice little fireball section here. I think we'll have to ring of fire that lot. Yeah, as I said before, Def's good as well, but I think Def's actually better on Def's better on bosses actually as well. You can just keep spamming it, keep yourself alive. Bosses seem to be a bit less resistant to Def magic, I feel. I'm not sure if I've got that right or not, but it feels that way when I've played it. Yeah, I was also talking about the ridiculousness of a Def mage not being able to kill undead mobs. Is a bit bizarre. You know, I know some people have tried to argue in the past that it makes sense, but in my books, you know, necromancers have always been the manipulators of the undead, whether it's control or damage or whatever it may be. So I don't, you know, I feel that's a bit, I don't quite get that. I think I would probably, you know, there's a kind of a thing, like people moan about things. Like for example, everyone plays Death Mage. It's just, you know, it's the only way you can do any damage. It's kind of not, you know. Melee is very good for bosses particularly, and melee doesn't have as many issues. You don't have to spend as much experience. Like you can go into the swords tree. You know, oops, fire arrow, yeah. You go into the swords tree, for example, and spend, I would say, less experience to be able to do more in general. Obviously, you'll do it slower, area effect, you know, killing multiple mobs at once, but I think you're generally more effective. You don't have to worry about resists as much. You don't have to worry about going into other schools as much as a mage does, I don't think. So, yeah. What have we got? I think the weird thing, like for me though, like melee seems a bit weird with a pet. Maybe I'm just being a bit, you know, maybe I'm just being a bit thingy about it. Maybe it's not as much of a problem. What have we got here? I think we can do that. I'm taking some damage. DF. There we go. Run around, dot some of these dudes up as well again. Make sure my pet stays alive. I really hate my pet dying. He kind of died twice there, and that was you know, that was just laziness on my part. I wasn't keeping an eye on his health. I wish, as I said, I wish you could move the UI though. It is slightly frustrating. I'm annoyed that I'm not. I'm annoyed that I'm not skinning these animals, but I just don't want the videos to be too long. You know, we've got to go through that final wave again. So, what else was I going to say? Yeah, so I think that I think because people see fire mages who, you know, mowing up lots of mobs at once, it gives the impression that maybe it's good at everything, and it's certainly not good at everything. I would like more options though. I mean, I would like to be able to play. I mean, the problem is with I think the conversation was also talking about making other skill trees more, you know, just more usable with regards to damage. But I think the thing is that a lot of the other trees have, you know, a lot of the other trees have lots of utility. You know, lots of utility. Saying that, the utility in Shroud the Avatar regards to crowd control and stuff is just not worth it. So, you know, most of that utility comes from healing, I guess. I certainly think that like the earth tree or the water tree, for example, could certainly do with a bit more damage in them. But I think because of their utility, they shouldn't be as good as fire. Maybe give each one a fairly decent area effect attack. I mean, there's no reason why earth couldn't have some thorny vines coming out of the ground for some area effect damage, just to make it a bit more viable. What have we got here? Hello, hello. I'm going to stand in a corner. Yeah, I was standing behind the throne earlier for the wave-based combat. I've just found that to be the best, essentially, best place to be. What I remember to do this time is to keep my pet. A lot, yeah, out of the way, because I don't know if you noticed, but the wall crumbles in, and you get a boss barbarian comes in. Plus, he's got a dragon pet. I think it's his pet anyway. So, yeah, you've got to be careful of that. Also, I've annoyed the Berserker enough to come after me. Let's try and get some. Let's try and get some. Try and get them to stand in the fire. Okay, so let's go around hoovering up some loots. Let's kill these. Let's get these casters out of the way. It did seem as though it was time based for the wave based stuff, so it seems as though it would be beneficial for me to kill the mobs as quickly as possible. I think that's probably where I'm slightly lacking. I don't know if it's probably to do with attunement, because I've got to take off some attunement stuff and some intelligence stuff to kind of use my pet equipment. Go and get him. Okay. Come on, pet. Why am I taking the damage? Do your job. Quickly come out of combat for some regen. Okay, so I need to remember to make sure to keep my pet away from the left-hand side this time. Okay, here we go. I think what I might do is let's start working from this side. Let's do that. Yeah, I think the problem before was that I was taking the damage. I was taking a lot of the damage. So as well as not looking after my pet, I was taking some big hits. And that's kind of what we need to be dealing with here. I think I'd probably rather he attack the mage. You know, horrible performance issues really doesn't help anyone. That is a real problem. They're healing each other as well. I guess it's my responsibility here, while my pet is keeping one happy, to do, yeah, to burn the others down. I guess that's how it should be working. Ah, it's frustrating. Oh, actually, I probably should have drunk that. I can't believe he didn't die. God damn it. Okay, so the archers will spawn any second, I guess. Need to watch out for that. Let's get my pet up to full. Okay, let's regenerate some stuff. So if it is timed like I suspect it is, we did better then. My pet is ready to go for the next round. So I want to be hiding so I'm not taking the hits. Okay, what have we got here? So we seem to have another round, a similar round. If I can get him to go over there. Yeah, so the rooted. This was much easier yesterday. As it always is. I guess you just get like a lucky yeah, you get like a lucky you get a lucky break, maybe. My pet seemed to kind of be taking all of the damage yesterday, and I was just keeping him alive. But at the moment I'm doing a lot more Yeah, I think I'm losing. I'm losing. I'm losing more health than I was yesterday. That doesn't help either. Like, I've got 4 berserkers on me there. That was never happening yesterday. I'm not quite sure what I can do about it, really. Apart from try and burn them down as quickly as I can. This is what I should have been doing. There we go. Makes more sense. So I want to keep my pet away from the side. Okay. More dudes. So pet, this time you need to get the berserker off me if you can. Yeah, and then go back to fighting the mages. Oh, yeah, interestingly, they spawns seem to have happened different this time. It seems. Maybe it's just me. What can we get here? Can we kill some dudes? I like the fact that you haven't got a dot on you. I mean, I just want to. I'd just like to clear the basic section, really. Yeah, just so that, I mean, I can't kill the dragon. I just like to kill the basic area. It's weird. I'm not sure if it's because I've killed mobs quicker this time, but the boss coming in hasn't happened as I thought it would. Come on, you've still got one to kill. Maybe it'll happen now. So I'll go and hide behind the the frame. Get out of combat. Oh, here we go. Yeah, okie doke. So if I send my pet over there, actually, I think that's what we need to do. Not even in combat, Bob. Super professional. So it feels as though... So, Blodigmun is the terrible pronunciation. I do apologise for anyone who... Oh, I come from a barbarian race myself, I guess. Yeah, if you're a Northern European, I think these guys may be. Yeah, I apologise for that pronunciation. So I think we can now safely burn down Blodigmun. There are more archers running in the door. He's got some backup, this dude. I'm taking damage as well. As you can see, like, my pet really tanks really well. You guys need to die quickly. I don't want to die myself again. That would be really annoying. Particularly as it seems I'm only taking damage from one mob. Archers are horrible, aren't they? So much damage. Pet. No, don't die, pet. Oh, I've got him out of mana. No way. What the hell? Okay. I'm out of mana. Can't believe it. Okay. Okay, I think we've managed it. Okay, I think we've managed it fairly well there. There is a skill for increasing your for getting some mana back, isn't there? And that's something that I'm not really using as I should be. I really should have been able to have burnt these mobs down quicker so that my pet wasn't in such dire straits. But I think we've managed okay. Oh, we have more spawns. Jeez. I don't want my pet to take damage from the dragon. Please don't do that. Come on. Come back here. Come back here. Come back here. I'm asking my pet to come back, but it's just, you know. It's not happening. Okay. Well, we've kind of done what we came here to do, essentially. We killed the boss. The dragon is actually really like, hello, in your face. I do want to be able to loot Blodigman. These two mages, they're just trying to heal themselves, essentially. Okay, arrow for that one. Jeez, this has been tough going, trying to manage this. Okay, yeah, I think we're okay. I do want to loot. I do want to loot him though. So there's the dragon at the end of the fight. This has been a terribly messy fight. I think managing the pet is quite difficult because the responsiveness is not, you know, as hoped. The dragon has got his head now right in the door. Okay, he's kind of turned around. I just want to loot the boss, basically. Ah, well, you know. As you would expect, it was a waste of time. Let's have a look. Okay, so issues here. I just did quite a lot, and the experience I got for it basically was rubbish. Essentially, that's the first issue. There is another one. I said there was a big issue. There's two. Literally rubbish. I could have got much more experience spending my hour and 15 minutes just going to Tartarus or what should we say? Upper tiers, basically. Yes, this is interesting. Yes, this got some fresh mechanics. But if you don't want people just to go back to upper tiers, increase the experience. You know, I mean, the thing is, it shouldn't. I mean, just give all of the mobs here a buff, experience-wise. You know, it's not, because it's controlled in a sense. It's wave-based. It's not really exploitable. But in these wave fights here, just give all of the mobs a XP boost, because I'm looking at the XP that I've gained, and you know, considering I've killed a lot of mobs in the last hour or so, it was a waste of time experience-wise. Do you know what? It was also a waste of time loot-wise. basically nothing. Even from the mob, I got an axe and some rusty armor or something. You know, just yeah. There was no. Were there any a grey bundle bag? Great. Okay. So I already had these. So basically, no drops. So I've just gone through this, and while the mechanics are interesting, no drops and experience. I just as well have gone somewhere else, really. So yeah, so when you take into account that this is how the drops are, always are generally, unless you're very, very lucky, I've just gone somewhere else. So you've created an interesting zone with some interesting mechanics, but the rewards are not very good. So people are just not going to come here as often as you know, as they should do. At the end of the day, rewards trumps interesting after a certain period of time. I mean, I'm now thinking to myself, shall I come back here again? Probably, maybe just to work out some of the other mechanics, but the rewards are rubbish. The XP's rubbish, the loot's rubbish. Yeah, that's it. That's the conclusion. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Thought I'd just add a little extra to the summing up of the Ulfheim videos at the end. As you can see, as soon as I finished, I came to Tartarus, and I'm going to go and do some XP grinding. That's the sad reality, basically. A scene can only be, even the greatest scene ever created in the world. Actually, no, it's probably not true. But a good scene can only be attractive to you for a certain period of time until you work out the mechanics and you play through it a few times. Before the rewards, you just go elsewhere, you know. And when I said that the rewards for the Ulfheim scene, you know, were lower than Tartarus or upper tiers or whatever, I don't mean that Tartarus or upper tiers need to be nerfed reward wise to the level of Ulfheim, because at my level, and there's people higher level than me, you know, grinding out experience to improve your character is a chore. It becomes a job. So nerfing that even more is a bad idea. You know, what I mean is that Ulfheim needs to be buffed so that it's worth doing. So that the rewards are there, it's worth doing. So I've run through Ulfheim 4 times now, and it was pretty much the same every time. I think for one run I got 2 yellow bags. Yeah, those yellow bags had food and potions in. So I've run through there 4 times, basically from an XP and a loot reward viewpoint. It's very, very poor, basically, in my opinion. And that is generally through the whole game. One of the things I wanted to bring up, which I can't believe it's true, but it seems as though it is that item drops in the game. I think the very rarest item drops in the game have a limit per 24 hours. Now, this wasn't broadcast to all the players. This was just told from a developer on a stream to the few people that happened to be there. This is some of the worst development and customer relations kind of thing I've ever come across, where important information, because it is important information, because what will happen is that some of these high level players are already got millions of gold and billions of XP, and have got vendors with billions of gold worth of equipment, of artifacts on them. We'll probably work out when that point is. Maybe the developer even told them. So what they will do is that they will log into the game because they're able to, because they know life it. And they will log into the game basically at the beginning of this period, and they will just do the farming. They might get drops, they might not, but you've basically just told a select few people how to get the best drops in the game, while everyone else, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm logging in at the end of this period, whatever it may be, You know, and so my chance is less just because of when I log in. Now, some white knights obviously come and, you know, try and defend the developers, defend the game, and they say that that's not how it works. This is how it works, etc., etc., etc. But the whole point of it is that it does seem as though the good drops are limited over a period of time. But the crucial thing is customer is openness about this. You know, you can't mention these things in a stream with a select few people watching. You know, this needs to be communicated to all the players at the same time. You know, it's just boggling the mistakes that the developers make with regards to this kind of thing. They made a similar mistake with regards when people who had kick-started a certain level. You know, there were people who were able to, you know, that they knew secret knowledge from a release that was coming up. So if the developers had decided to change the value of an item, they would know about this before everyone else did, so they could then go into the live game and they could sell stuff, or they could farm that stuff because they knew the price was going to go up. You know, these kind of things where there seems to be this little clique of people who always seem to be ahead of the game because they've got some kind of, you know, whatever it may be, whatever you want to call it, you know, because they've got some advantage because they're being given an advantage. But yeah, but this thing with the drops is bizarre, and some people try to say, oh well, loads of games do it. I've never come across a game that does that, I have to say. I'm pretty sure with EverQuest your chance of getting a drop from a mob is the same from the first minute of the first hour of the game to the last minute of the last hour for whenever it would reset. You know, I'm pretty sure it's the same Rasheron's Call. It's the same with Project Gorg on World of Warcraft. You know, I've never come across a game that does that. Maybe there are some, but I think the point is the communication. It's giving this information away on a stream so that you've just got, again, you've got this little group of people who know about it so they can exploit it. And they would exploit it because, you know, people in this game have exploited so many things in the past and got away with it that, you know, that's just how it works. So maybe that's what I'm hitting into. Maybe I'm logging in at the wrong time because the drops are terrible. And I find this quite a lot. You know, I mean, I've done a lot of grinding in the game, and I'm finding the drops are quite abysmal. Even coming into the more common artifact drops, I'm finding the drops are abysmal. So I'm not sure if this is something that's playing into it. But yeah, on to sum up, you know. Ulfheim needs a boost, not other areas need a nerf. Yep, that's it. Thanks.